Moist should do a diss track. Absolutely. Absolutely. He needs to do a diss track. So, you know, I don't typically cover internet streamer, YouTuber drama. I don't do it often. I see some of it because it's hard to ignore. The algorithm pushes things at us. But a couple weeks ago, I had made a comment that streamer drama is just funny because nothing will ever get close to like 90s rapper beef. So seeing people try to get hoard on the internet is just funny to me. This one was impossible to ignore. People from my own community have been telling me about it. So I said, okay, let's watch this.
Hey Sneako, does this outfit look familiar? This is the same thing I wore last time I took you over my knee and spanked your bottom with some discipline. And I'm happy to report that these are back in stock and a lot more at
Spanked your bottom.
MoistGlobal.com. Last time I talked about you, I used you for a merchant.
Okay, MoistCritikal's name on YouTube is Penguin0. So if you guys are like, what? Penguin? That's why.
I bet just seeing me in this attire again has just sent you on a full-blown Winter Soldier episode with your eyes rolling into the back of your skull as you're experiencing post-traumatic stress disorder, because the first video I made on you offended you to such a high degree that you have not stopped whining since. It's already been 3 months, can you believe that? How time flies. You started shit with me by insulting me and my girlfriend out of nowhere, so naturally I responded by making fun of you in return, and showcasing the reasons why I don't respect you. 3 months you have continued to melt down about this. The day after I posted my response, you were on stream and had a
3 months this has been going on? 3 freaking months. How do you go on for 3 months? I never heard of Sneako before this. So like at this point, it seems like the dude is farming Moist for views and drama and reacts rent free for 3 months. Yeah.
A huge unhinged tantrum and meltdown about the whole thing. And then he sent some of his viewers over. So I was joking with them saying like, oh, you guys must have just stopped the cuties watch party over there at Sneako's stream, right? And it got really under his skin in a big way. So he started dancing around with the gun.
That's not how you point a gun.
Threatening to come shoot me. So he kept
Very
saying,
dangerous.
oh, you're in Tampa, right? I'll come
Don't do that, people. You shouldn't do that. It's very dangerous.
see you, waving his gun around and dancing.
You wanna watch my clips? Watch my clips. Watch my clips. You want me to watch your clips? Watch my clips. These are the only clips I'm watching, you were?
Now, the reason he keeps saying watch my clips while threatening me here is because during the stream, I couldn't watch him live because he just kept shouting slurs. So I said watch my clips to see what I was saying about you. I had to communicate via Twitch clips. And I'm sorry to be that guy, this is like the grammar police of guns, but he's a fucking imbecile, you absolute buffoon. What you have there is not clips. These are mags. They're mags, not clips, you absolute fucking dummy. The same way that this is also
Dang, what?
mag. They're all mags. Stop saying clips, you look fucking stupid here. Anyway, sorry for the gun anatomy.
Tell him, brother. Whoa. 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 America.
All you fall back on is one of 3 things: soy boy, bot, or NPC, and that's it. You never deviate from this path, which is ironic because you're like literally a sheep. You have 3 programmed responses. You're like
You have 3 program responses. I think this is what people who rely on the internet for their livelihood do this a lot, though. They cry and scream about how they're getting canceled or how, and if it's not them getting canceled, it's woe me. This keeps happening to me. It's any sort of like outrage is almost the only way to get people to pay attention to what you're doing. And it's gross.
like the absolute worst character, side character in an MMO. It's pathetic. But
Also, completely a squirrel moment here, chat, but do you see yes. He has a book that says man poop. I would like to know more about man poop. Shout out.
I'm getting sidetracked. All I wanted to do was highlight why I personally don't respect him. I'll go ahead and briefly give you a previously on Dragon Ball Z lore recap to bring you up to speed on the points I was making for why I think he is a pathetic piece of shit, and his opinion holds no value in my eyes. Is because he publicly defends Cuties as one of his favorite movies. Cuties was a Netflix film that used real child actresses in sexual situations, so they real children. A fact that Sneako himself acknowledges, but writes off as being okay because it's realistic, because in the real world, children get. I'll say it again. Regardless of what the intention of the film was, they missed the mark because what ended up happening is they the child actresses. That is a problem. Full stop. Even if the message was supposed to be the opposite, they still ended up contributing to the very problem they were speaking out against.
I saw Cuties last night and it was pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. I went in ready to hate like everybody else. I saw the cover and I got clickbaited. So did you. You got clickbaited. The thing about Cuties is it's not an unrealistic film. Like, yes, it shows children in a way, but this is not unusual now. And the people who are really mad about this aren't Gen Z.
Imagine claiming children in positions is clickbait. Yikes.
What?
That's rough. You admit that the children were that is bad. Okay? That means the movie failed in its mission. I don't know what you don't get about that.
The movie failed in its mission,
Keep hammering
absolutely.
home the same points. Another thing that I talked about for a reason I don't respect him is because he battles with his own sexuality. He is very public about how he used to go to these swinger parties. I think he says 4 in total over the course of like 2 weeks, where he watched his girlfriend get by other men. Even telling the story of how he was literally in the bed watching his girl get by a different man, moaning intensely, and it was traumatizing. Yet he recommends that everyone should try it at some point for some reason.
Because this was imagine seeing the girl you love like get and you allowed the love of your life to get by another man.
Allowed. Oof. Problematic right there for me. It's called an agreement if it's agreed upon.
Feeling traumatic thoughts, like seeing her with another person. It's a lot. But I think it's something everybody should do just to test. You know what?
So my point with this was, why is this the guy that's lecturing everyone on their relationships, shitting on people's relationships, when he himself is in one that makes him very upset and he can't come to terms with it? Now, if he's open about being a cuck and happy and proud to be a cuck, that's fine. But he's not.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it. People are gonna do what they're gonna do, and that's people gonna have their own agreements. And as long as nobody is abusing anyone or doing anything against anyone's consent, if it's two adults coming to an agreement, that's definitely their business. But it seems like there are some internal issues that have not been dealt with.
It makes him mad every single time. So why the fuck is this insecure guy the one that's the moral authority on healthy relationships all of a sudden?
Because everybody on I have the answer to that. I actually have the answer to that. Because everybody that exists on the internet and has a following is a guru, right? Like, you know how easy it would be for me to sit here and be like, dating advice. Just, wear a push-up bra and do this a little bit. Like, everybody is the authority when it comes to their own communities. And yeah, I did like one stream in my 4 years of streaming that I gave advice, and I will do it sometimes, but once in 4 years, right? That's why people do it.
That was the point of me bringing up that clip. Now, that was basically the whole video. I summed it up real quick. All I pointed out is
they think they are gurus. Doesn't mean they are.
I don't respect his opinion because he defends a movie I consider to be child. I think any film or any production that has real children being should be classified as child. That's how I view it. Maybe your definition's different, but that's how I personally view that kind of content. So him defending that was beyond reprehensible to me. And him being very public with his cuckoldry and how scarring it has been.
Cuckoldry.
It should be a lesson, an example that he himself is not great when it comes to relationships and all these things. And I posted that and it made him extremely upset and he hasn't stopped crying about it for 3 months. So, fast forward to 2 days ago. I was streaming a Moist Esports tournament, and I went up to go to the bathroom. I had to take a shit. It was a double flusher. So I was on the toilet for quite some time.
Shout out to Man Poop.
And I saw a Sneako post that he's posted quite a few times now, and I thought, you know what? Not doing anything else right now on the porcelain throne? I'll play in the pig pen. So I did. For 3 months now, Sneako's had this adorable little collage that he made that looks like it's straight out of a 16-year-old girl's diary with pictures of boys from her class that she doesn't like. All about people that have hurt his feelings. This is his wall of shame for people that have insulted him online. What's even sadder about it is he purposely leaves out people that he's afraid of. And he also leaves off
Turkey
quite a
Tom.
few other people,
That's
but the
name.
most notable other one that is comical for the absence is Brandon Buckingham. Brandon Buckingham is an internet content creator that Sneako lied about for a long time, and they had a lot of beef, and Brandon Buckingham actually challenged him to a fight, and Sneako is very fearful of him. We'll get into that more in depth in a moment, but I just need to set the stage a little bit here with this collage. So after seeing this for the 100th time in the last 3 months...
I don't understand all these people on Twitter like challenging other people to fight. Like in 7th grade. This is what people do in junior high.
So I finally just said, holy shit, you pathetic, sensitive soy little worm. I made fun of you for watching your girlfriend get by numerous other men and also insulted you for defending child. That's not cancellation, that's just spitting on you for being a pitiful sad cuck. And this puppy really blew up on Twitter in a big way. Now, I will say it again. What
Click
I
my
did
stuff.
and what I am doing right now
A duel. I said this. I said bring back duels. If you think about it, duels, I mean, people were still doing duels just only 100 years ago, you know? That's not that long ago.
Canceling you, Sneako. I am insulting you. Even if you beat my ass in a fight, it doesn't change the truth. You're still a cuck who also defends child. When you are getting your feelings hurt and your immediate response isn't to fire back with insults, jokes, whatever, it's to challenge someone to a fight, you've taken a huge L.
There you go.
You've shown that the person has got under your skin, and the only thing you can resort to is a caveman brain of, I'll beat you in a fight. Sneako, you beating me in a fight doesn't your girlfriend from the numerous men that had sex with her in front of you. It doesn't do anything. Everything I've said still stands. Nothing changes. It doesn't even salvage your ego. And I don't think you believe half the things you talk about. I really think Sneako just panders as much as possible. He himself doesn't even stand by the things he talks about.
I don't think a lot of people that exist on the internet actually believe anything. I think a lot of people just say things for attention and clickbait and content. This dude aside.
He just echoes what he thinks is going to get him the biggest audience /
Exactly.
the most money.
But that's unfortunately... That's unfortunately a very large percentage of people that exist on the internet.
So this puffing out his chest of challenging me to a fight is clearly attention. That's what it feels like. Because you don't have the same energy for Brandon Buckingham.
Just as I'd rather sit at home and yell at a camera, tell jokes than, risk my manhood falling flat for Brandon Buckingham.
So, as you can see, the people he's confident in fighting are ones that he feels confident he'd win against. I'm 5'6". I think he's 6'1". So the height advantage he feels very
6'1"?
confident with.
Whoa.
And he has every reason to. He would probably beat me in a fight. But like I said, that doesn't change anything. Everything I've said is still true. You are a cuck, self-admitted, and you have defended cuties publicly, which, by more than just me, by many, is considered child. You're pathetic. Beating me in a fight doesn't change any of those facts. I've also been super vocal about how I don't want to fight. Like, I'm not afraid to say, like, I don't want to get hit in the head, right? Like, I'm afraid of...
I feel him there. I wouldn't want to get hit in the head either. Nope. Doesn't sound like a good time. For what?
Taking headshots. It's probably a super normal fear to have, so I'm averse to going into a boxing match, especially one that's just a clout-driven spectacle like this. That'd be completely fucking worthless. And I've been super open about that, which I'm sure you know since you keep saying that you've watched my content, so you probably know that I was never going to accept a fight in the first place. Especially since you're, like, significantly taller than me. And even though you would probably beat me in a fight, you're certainly not beating me in, like, an aesthetic physique competition, because goddamn, I blow your ass out of the water. Look at this fucking anime character physique I'm rocking. Meanwhile, you're over here with that Abercrombie and Fitch from 1998.
What's
Now,
that?
in
Is that real?
Sneako's credit, he did start going to the gym recently. Maybe I inspired him, and you know what? That's great. I'm glad I could have a positive impact on your life like that, Sneako. Getting into the gym is a fantastic thing, and you're gonna feel so much better. And I know you'll start seeing results soon as long as you keep at it. And then finally, our last exchange goes very similarly to the others.
I don't know. That's why I asked if it was real. Because I don't know if that was real clothing or if it was Photoshop.
You're not special from the other 10 soy boys who say the same thing. If you got a problem, stop talking on the internet. Let's solve it. So I said, got your Discord still working on responses? Brother, I have no problem. You started it and I made fun of you in return. You're upset about publicly admitting to cuckoldry and get mad at me for bringing it up. You should be mad at yourself instead. Have some self-reflection. Which it's true. I don't have a problem. You literally started it, Sneako. And you even asked your audience to let me know everything you said and send me your clips. You actually asked for a response, and then got super upset when my response was a little too mean to your feelings. I'm not kidding, I really didn't want to keep talking about you, but you won't stop talking and crying about me. It's sad. I understand you have a humiliation fetish, so hopefully this whole thing has helped you orgasm one more time from all of it. I don't think it's fun dunking on you, Sneako. I don't. And I'm certainly not canceling you. But you keep doing this. So you forced my hand to make fun of you again. But anyway, that's about it. See ya.
Well, that's it, chat. Like, can somebody give me the lowdown on Sneako, by the way? He's closely associated with figures as Andrew and Tristan Tate, Myron Gaines, Walter Weeks, and Ian, political streamer Nick Fuentes. So he's like part of the Red Pill crew, it sounds like. Sneako, there you go. Sneako does Red Pill content. content. Start monetizing. Oh, is he like, oh, he is totally copying the Andrew Tate model. He has a full-on website. So do you think he does the same thing? Like, pay me, give me money, and then go talk about me on the internet? A detailed library of videos and courses breaking down the strategy that Sneako used to become a YouTuber and garner over 2 million subs, and the blueprint, viral blueprint, secret TikTok blueprint he used to get 5 billion views on his TikTok hashtags in a few months. Any questions you need, along with TikTok mentors and advisors. Who are these people? 5 new professors.
Sad, their lives aren't great, mental health is declining because of social media, and as a result, instead of getting mad at the people who made them upset, they get mad at the people trying to expose the truth.
Sneako has always been one of the most controversial creators on YouTube, and it's only gotten worse recently, for lack of a better term, as he started streaming on his second channel, Sneako. And this is a channel where he champions himself as a red pill, a speaker of truth and nothing but the truth. And if you've been keeping up with him recently, he launched his own creator course. It's called The Creativity Kit. Here on the website, he says, stop scrolling, start monitoring.
I think Sam Harris said Twitter diminishes mental health. Kind of hard. Listen, I think that's one of a few things that everybody can agree on, that social media is terrible for everyone's mental health.
From 9 years on YouTube, working for Mr. Beast and getting canceled weekly, I figured out the formula for anyone to profit off of social media. And what comes
He worked for
Mr.
Mr. Beast?
Looks like on the website, you're gonna get a library of training videos for one. You're also gonna be able to talk to Sneako weekly in the community calls to get.
Just because you say something that people agree with doesn't mean you're a credible source for anything. Absolutely. But sadly, quite often, it only takes one thing or one comment to connect with many different people from different backgrounds. And that applies to politics as well. That was the drama, you guys. That's enough of the drama. This is the Biggie Tupac of Gen Z, or so they think. But you know what? I listened to Spice One, and where I'm from, you call these people studio gangsters. But I don't know. Moist actually looked real pissed. He looked real pissed. Normally, he's like a funny dude that makes great jokes and puns. This time, he genuinely looked angry. If they may actually Moist should do a diss track. Absolutely he needs to do a diss track. Okay, here, please promise us, if you're gonna ever respond to this ever again, it needs to be in the form of a diss track, because that last song he did was freaking hilarious. I think that's a great idea. I'm gonna tweet him now. See you in the next video. I hope you like this one.
Goodbye.